Stoic methods for emotional control. Master it in 10 minutes. How often do you feel overwhelmed by emotions? Angry, frustrated, anxious, depressed, like a ship being tossed about on a stormy sea? What if I told you that there's an ancient method, a set of practices really, that can help you control those emotions? Stoicism, a philosophy followed by great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers powerful techniques to master your emotions and live a more fulfilling life. In this video, we'll explore these Stoic methods step by step, techniques that you can start using today to regulate your emotions and navigate the inevitable chaos of life. The Stoics, they really understood something important about how we experience life, something we often forget today. They knew it's not things happening around us that bother us, not really, but how we see them, our perceptions. Think about it. Two people can go through the same thing, but their feelings can be totally different. One person sees a problem, a setback, maybe even a tragedy, while the other sees a chance to grow, a challenge to overcome. What makes the difference? Their perception. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Understand this and you will find strength. Understand this and you will find the key to mastering your emotions. Now, once you understand how powerful our perceptions can be, the next question becomes, how do I control my perceptions, how I see the world? Well, the Stoics, they came up with a great tool for doing just that, a tool called the Dichotomy of Control. Picture this, two circles, one inside the other. The inner circle shows the things you can directly control, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. The outer circle, this shows everything else. The weather, the economy, what other people think, the past, the future. You can't really control any of that. The Stoics tell us to focus our energy and attention only on that inner circle, on the things we can directly control. Worrying about things in the outer circle is like trying to catch the wind. It's pointless and will only make you frustrated and unhappy. Epictetus, another great Stoic, said it best. The only way to be happy is to stop worrying about things we can't control. Let go of what you cannot control, and you'll be surprised at how peaceful and free you feel. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't this all a bit, well, negative? Focusing on what could go wrong? But here's where the Stoics really stand apart from so many modern approaches to self-help. They understood that life is inherently uncertain, that suffering and hardship are unavoidable parts of the human experience. And they developed a technique called premeditation of evils. Basically, this practice involves mentally rehearsing potential setbacks and misfortunes. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what could go wrong? Now, this isn't about becoming pessimistic or dwelling on negativity. It's about mentally preparing yourself for the unavoidable challenges that life throws your way. Think of it like a boxer training for a fight. He knows he's going to get punched. He doesn't want to get punched, but he knows it's coming. So, he trains, he spars, he prepares himself physically and mentally to take those punches. Premeditation of evils is mental sparring. It's about developing the mental resilience to face adversity head-on without being crippled by fear or anxiety. And you know what? Often, you'll find that the things you fear the most are far less terrible in reality than they are in your imagination. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, these Stoic techniques sound good in theory, but how do I actually use them? Well, one of the best ways to learn Stoic discipline and self-awareness is journaling. Marcus Aurelius, he kept a personal journal, which we now call meditations. It wasn't meant to be published. It was a private place for him to think about his day, his thoughts, his feelings, his reactions. And by doing so, he was really looking at himself, finding his weaknesses, and trying to improve. You see, by writing down our thoughts and feelings, we have to face them. We start to see patterns in our thinking, patterns we might not notice otherwise. We understand better the things that make us react, the things that upset us, and when we understand, we can change. We can start to question our negative thoughts, see things differently, and choose better ways to react. So I encourage you to start writing in a journal. You don't have to write a lot every day. Even a few minutes of thinking can make a big difference. The final Stoic idea, and maybe the hardest one, is amor fati, loving fate. This doesn't mean just accepting whatever happens in life. It means accepting everything you go through, the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, with courage. The Stoics knew that we don't always get what we want. Bad things happen, we face setbacks, people let us down. But they also knew that inside these hard times, inside these tough situations, are chances to grow, to change, to become wiser. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, who learned a lot from the Stoics, said, "Don't just put up with what you have to and don't hide it, love it." Amor Fati means realizing that even when things are hard, even when life feels too much, there's something really important, something really beautiful about simply being alive, about having the chance to experience this world with all its good and bad and all its amazing things. So, there you have it. The essential Stoic techniques for mastering your emotions, understanding the power of perception, focusing on what you can control, mentally preparing for setbacks, engaging in regular self-reflection, and embracing the totality of your experience with Amor Fati. These principles aren't just abstract philosophical concepts, they're tools, powerful tools that you can start using today to live a more meaningful, more fulfilling, more resilient life. Pick one of these techniques, the one that speaks to you the most, and start practicing it today. See what happens, see how it changes your perspective, your reactions, your very experience of the world. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more videos on Stoicism, psychology, and the human condition. Now you've learned the essential Stoic techniques to control your emotions. Which one will you apply first? Let us know in the comments. If you found this useful, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. We've talked about a lot today, and I know that getting really good at these Stoic ideas, it's not easy. It's something you work on your whole life. But it's definitely worth it. Because in a world that often feels messy and unpredictable, Stoicism shows us how to be strong, how to find peace inside ourselves, how to live a life that matches what we believe in. It reminds us that we get to choose how we react to things, that even when things are hard, even when we're hurting, we can choose to be brave, to hold our heads high and to be thankful for what we have.